meme that said, men don't go to therapy, they start a podcast. I say, yeah, you hating that?
Yeah.
But
you're right.
Yeah, what's up, Doug Hawkins? But the thing is, I laughed, but then I said no because it's true. Podcast, that is therapy because it creates a platform for men to talk. One of the biggest issues is men don't talk. Me and Mario and Chris could be on the same job. We're gonna do the basics. You good, yeah, bro. But black men do not talk enough. Good afternoon, Ms. Kerr. We do not talk enough. And that's been something over the years. A lot of toxic things we picked up, from father to son. You had sons where, the daddy never talked to him. It's just an understanding. And I had to laugh about that. And conversation that me and Mario had this week is interesting in this fact. We have gotten better with this podcast. We have really came a long way with our conversation. Chris says often that the barbershop, I'm leaving Freddie Terrell comment. He said that the podcast has been beneficial. We look forward to Monday nights. We talk more. Now I'm more apt to call Chris if I feel a vibe. Say, Chris, you good? Yada yada. Before then, it was always we see each other when we can. No love, but we tight. But we might run into each other. Everybody in town for an event, a party, or something, and that was our thing. And that's what gave me the synopsis for this topic, because I really want to check in with you guys individually. Everybody is going through something. If I was to ask you guys how y'all doing, y'all gonna be like, I'm straight. Maybe Zay'll pour out, but we're gonna say we straight. If I dig a little deeper, I might get some more conversation. But we are taught that even if we subconsciously do that, we just be like, yeah, I'm good. And I'm gonna say, Chris, you straight? And then finally he gonna break and be like, well, man, bro. Same with everybody. Super Mario a little harder to crack. So last week Mario was here, and I think I had a conversation with Mario. I was like, I'm struggling. And he's like, what you mean? I was like, I'm struggling with what people deem as success. On the couple shows, I was like, the hardest parts of my life is the parts of my life where I am successful. And I was like, I need to figure that out. You know what I mean? And, I was telling her, like, Thirst Trap Chris, here it comes. So, like, I'm single, I'm successful, I'm secure, I'm a homeowner, but I'm struggling with the consequences of some bad decisions I made. You know what I mean? We don't like to lose, and sometimes we are winners. We like to win. Hey, you don't like to lose $20, so imagine making a mistake that probably gonna haunt you for the rest of your life. And right now, me battling that. So to the outside world, everything is amazing. When I'm in this house, I'm left to deal with myself. I'm just getting to a point in my life where I'm walking more into my relationship with God and spirit with God. Okay, I'm not doing the words, but I'm walking into that path. This year with the fellas, we talked about emotional intelligence. So we are growing. And I don't think people realize, like, from the outside looking in, like, man, we've came a long way, but we still have a ways to go. And if it wasn't for you guys, like, we're the ones that sharpening each other. The daddy influence are missing from a lot of people. So we have been the dads to each other. So that was my synopsis for this thing, because I was like, I had a good time this weekend and everybody's saying it's successful, but last 2-3 weeks, I was like, bro, I said Mario, like, bro, I'm really struggling. I'm struggling mentally. Like, I don't have any drive, I'm traveling, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm going through the motions, but something missing, So, with that asked, I really wanted you guys to take a dig into yourself, Chris, Leo, Dubai Zay, who I tell you, Zay will share. He will share what's going on. And but Mario's the wise one. But as you guys actually took a moment to sit for a minute and say, am I good?
That's a good question. I'm gonna let I'm gonna go last because I kind of want to piggy off your our conversation and hear the other brothers, but the started because I know you said about the conversation we was having. We were this weekend, like we said, we were coming to say, and he was under the weather, so I came in and we spent a lot of time together. You know what I'm saying? Going like shopping and doing stuff like that, and we had some deep conversations. I know a lot of time all of us have those conversations with each other. And the first thing you said before I let Chris go is that this show, it do make me, because weekly now I check on a lot of my homeboys. Just like, bro, you good? Like, I'm saying, like, let's talk about this and let's do this and for a long time I used to feel that, but I didn't think it was my place to do that. So now I feel more empowered to say, bro, just tell it to me. Just because we all we got. And in the sense of, like you said, we didn't have no mentors, so we guided each other. And if we give up on each other emotionally, financially, spiritually, whatever it is, because everybody's at a different level on everything. So everybody pulling each other up some kind of way with some kind of strength. So it's just empowering that this show put us in a position so we can constantly help each other go through stuff. Well, what you got, Chris?
No, honestly, I'm never good. Like I don't even know how that feels to just be good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm better than I was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Things are different, and I don't know if it's better or it's just I'm able to handle things better. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to when a tragedy come down. Because I used to feel like I have 3 months of good and everything is cool, and then 3 months of chaos. And I thought that's how my life would normally go. So I don't know if it's better now because I don't know if the chaos is actually stopped. But I think I'm better equipped to deal with it. I think I'm more at peace with having one of my close homeboys die. You know what I'm saying? When G Rider, you remember part of when G Rider died, it really messed me up. Yak I was even closer to Yak, but now it's that I was able to deal with it a little bit more. So I honestly don't know how that feels to be okay, to be all right. I'm always tense. I'm always waiting for something to happen. I'm always waiting for the bad. When you call me, or any Horace or Zay call me, I don't get this feeling of, oh man, I'm gonna get some really good news. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes I might not pick up the phone call because I think that you might be calling me to tell me something bad. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't even know how that feels, to be honest with you, to know that be all right and be okay. I'm at peace. I'm not mad every day. I'm not unhappy, but okay. I don't know how that feels.
Yes, the reason I asked you that is because, like Doug was talking in the comments, this is how we miss people going through depression. This is how we miss people going through committing suicide, and we don't realize the amount of PTSD that we do experience, especially as Black men. Bro, growing up from my childhood, we have seen some of the most worst things you can imagine. So right now, we're being triggered a lot lately because COVID. What the hell is COVID? And I told Mario, this reminds me of when AIDS first came out. Nobody knew a lot about it. It was just a lot of panic, a lot of misinformation, and people doing the best they can. But, like, we don't know what this is. So with us losing some of our closest friends overnight, that's traumatic. You know what I mean? And we are always taught to just process on. It's like we don't have the luxury of taking a week off to get together or whatever. Chris got to go to work tomorrow. Mario got to go to work tomorrow. Something happened. Your daughter, she needs this. Like, we don't have those same luxuries. And somebody said that we need therapy. I don't know if it's maybe you do need therapy, but we need a support system. So that's why I'm always thankful to you guys for that. Last week after the show, we talked to Zay, and Zay went on for a while, and he had a tangent, but he had to get that out. It was a very emotional thing, and we love each other enough. Like, I felt it, but I didn't know how to be there for him other than just saying, I'm listening, bro. You know what I mean? And that's my point. That's why I felt it. I know I don't have an answer. I'm just like, I'm in a bad place, man. So, and everybody else is as well. Dubai Zay, I don't want you to cry online, but
No. I got my tears packed up. Y'all gotta bear with me. My bandwidth on a trip tonight, so I'll do my best. I will say that I know that I'm not all right. I've heard several times that I need therapy. I just try to do my best. The problem, like you guys say, I overshare because I'm hey, they say I'm cancer, but I just feel like I'm in touch with my feelings. So, and I'm very honest. I'm a straightforward person. So therefore, if something is bothering me, I'm gonna say it. I think a lot of times the problem that we have is that I feel like I'm too straightforward or too honest of a person that you can just come to me and I will tell you, I'll talk to you. I probably overshare. So when I get treated a certain way, you feel me, whether it be family, whether it be through a business, whether it be, through somebody that you care, because usually that's where it comes from the individuals that care. It does change you. It does make me like, Chris, well, I'm not all right. The person that I normally would be, because that's who I am, I can't be because I got to armor up. And that's not who I ever want to be. I'm a straightforward person. I'll help anybody. I'll give you the shirt off my back because I know I got another one in the closet. You understand what I'm saying? I never take anything from anyone. So when people try to depict you in that, like, what I'm saying, and shit, that's like kicking you. You feel me? And like you said, we already come up disadvantaged because we don't or did not have male figures in our lives inside the home that kind of show us this is how a man goes about life. We had the pimps, the hustlers, the drug dealers, and the people who played ball to kind of impart into us, but it doesn't do anything the way that a father would. And I think, and we said this time and time again, it's the reason why we are the fathers that we are. I share a whole bunch with my daughter. Sometimes people tell me I overshare. It's just because I don't want her to bump into the same pitfalls that I did, at the times that I did. I want to give her as much of a head start on life as possible. But it does make you insensitive to individuals' feelings because, like I said, you do have to armor up because you got to protect you. You start to feel and realize that it's just you. And that's a bad place to be if you feel like you got to be alone in order to be safe. You see? And so in that instance, when people say you need therapy, they may be right. I just probably need somebody to coach me. I'm not, off my rocker. But I know that life has dealt me a hand that ain't been so fun or ain't been so grand. So it does make you a little bit funny toward different scenarios and situations. I share with you guys because you're probably my closest brothers, to where if I'm doing something, if I feel a way, I share it with you guys, but I always ask you, am I tripping? Because I want to make sure that I'm going about it the right way. You feel me? I hate for a person to feel like if I'm being underhanded, if we doing business, I'm so open. All you got to do is just ask me, and I'm gonna tell you. As Horace says, they'll probably overshare with you. You don't have to sneak me. Just ask. You're gonna get a direct answer. You might not like the answer that you get, but it'll be the truth. And that's me. But like I said, I've been dealt that hand all the way around the board. Whether it been family, whether it been through relationship, whether it been through business. If you know me, if you've ever. It's nothing like being in business trying to help someone and they turn around and think that you're trying to beat them out of something, but you're trying to put them in a better situation. It leaves you like, what the point? Family, same thing. You're taught that, and that's something that we talked about a little bit this week. Family, you're taught that love is not selfish, right? So you're taught that family is all you have. But then when family treats you worse than people out there in the street, you start to question, well, shoot, is family all you got? And are we really family? You understand what I'm saying? So then you start to realize that, hell, I got friends that treat me way better than family does. That's also another bad spot. And most guys are like that. The difference between me and most guys is I'll open my mouth. I'm an open book because I always want anybody that's near and dear me to learn from my mistakes. Don't mess up the way that I did. So that if I can give you a one up, that's what I would love to do. But, like you said, at the end of the day, are we okay? I don't think we are. But we do our best to survive in this world because that's all that God gave us.
Mario, you the one that sparked all of this. I didn't win. I want to let y'all know I didn't win any of our conversations at all. Sometimes, Chris, it's frustrating. We even had a conversation about hunters and gatherers I lost. And I'm like, man, So how this dude so wise? But I didn't win none of the debates.
He's the great debater.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say that's one of my strong points and weaknesses that's this year. I'm trying to stop debating so much because I see that a lot of people. It becomes. I'm thinking I'm enlightening people, and y'all can get the good out of it, but a lot of people don't like it, and I'm seeing that in grave numbers. But when me and Horace, when me and Horace was talking about this, I think we were sitting there, and I was like, because this was like it wasn't a quick to answer conversation, because when you said okay. And then even when we got done talking about it and I was on the plane flying home, I was like, man, okay, the word okay. And that means acceptance. So honestly, to hear all y'all say y'all not okay is expected. And that's what I was telling Horace. Like, I expect you not to be okay because I understand your dreams and aspirations. And I really do call y'all friends, but y'all like my brother, y'all that. So I understand why you not okay. I understand why you not okay, and why you not okay is because I understand the level of what you would be completion in y'all mind. And I don't think you will be okay for a while because I think you'll always be setting another goal or you always have another milestone. So I think people with I would ask the question, can a man with ambitions and high expectations of himself ever be okay? Because if the word okay means acceptance, I think you're either doing good or you're not okay. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we are right now as we coming out of a deficit of ourselves being fatherless. And I'm saying this, you know, in the physical form, being fatherless, like leaders leading ourselves, being emotionally hurt, being hurt by women too. Like we can't, like we've been all hurt and scarred at some point by women, or it didn't go the way with relationships with our moms and our sisters. But we still right now are the leaders of our family. In some aspect, it don't have to be just married. Like Chris is a father, Horace is a father, and Zay is a father. So no matter what, you're still the head of that family. You know what I'm saying? So right now, it's a lot of responsibility every day getting up. You don't have. Sometimes I feel like you don't even have. I'm not okay out loud because it seems like it's less than a man to say that. And a lot of times when we go through life, I was like, man. Because even when you say that, what Horace was saying and what everybody was saying, like, man, I have a lot of answers to a lot of stuff. And that's because I do a lot of self-reflecting. And I sit alone to myself a lot. And sometimes I'll tell Horace, I'll just come home and sit in the driveway sometimes. And I might sit in the driveway for 40 minutes and just recollect. Because a lot of times when people look at my life on the outside, like Horace, they might think, man, you doing pretty good. You got a wife, you got children that's doing good, a daughter in college, you've been a manager, you're making good money and all this. But then a lot of times the stuff that you feel like people can't relate to it. But so they don't even know how to receive your burdens because it's above them and what they had in their point in their life. And that's a difficult place to be in. It's easy to give advice. You know what I'm saying? It's like if Kanye West or Jay-Z was to come tell me his problems, it would sound like whining to a person who don't have 1/5 of what he has. And sometimes when you at that point in your life, it gets more lonely. So because now it's like, who do I talk to? You know what I'm saying? Right now, because it's like the stuff that I'm having a problem with is almost kind of like a problem of somebody who my needs are met. I have a lot of stuff that I want. I don't really worry about money or love. I'm happily married, but then a lot of times it be the inner battle of me that I'm battling, like the killing of the old me. Me and Chris was talking about management at the job, like shifting on the jobs and stuff like that. And just as I understand all the stuff I know now, I'm empowered mentally. So sometimes when a dude say something to me on the job, I don't look at him as, yeah, nigga. I look at him as like, dang, you lost, brother. And it kind of hurt me more than it did. It enraged me, but it leaves you defenseless. And as a man coming from my environment, I don't like feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, bro, you wouldn't even say this to me or wouldn't do this to me if I was here. But I'm glad I'm not here. And now I feel like it's a shame that you even doing me like this. Because one of the biggest things I was going through, not to ramble on, was this. When George Floyd got killed, I seen everybody in the outrage. I'm talking about all black people. I was going to work and I was seeing niggas, oh, da 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 da. But then I had to come back and look after the trial. At my job, it's 2 black managers. And y'all call in, y'all disrespectful, y'all don't do the work, y'all give me a hard time. But I'm your brother. like, if anything, you should be like, I'm gonna come to work because my brother's my manager right now. I'm gonna do harder, and that kind of, and then right now when I see that some of the other color people are busting their butt for me, it kind of puts you in a you know what I'm saying? Then, but so it put me in a perplexed situation because being in the hood, I had bad brothers and good, like I understood. Oh, I don't mess with them dudes, but I mess with these dudes. But we all the same color. But when it comes to your own people who screaming, my brother, but then they don't understand that my brother starts with just saying hey in the morning, saying good morning, without you mugging when you walk in a place, saying, hey, bro, you all right? You good? Like, just stuff like that. And I think that as men, as black men, sometimes it hurt me so much that it's like, bro, we so bad to each other. Like, to each other. Like, the white man or the Spanish man or the Chinese man, nobody else got to do it because it's us beating each other up. So when you ask that question, is we okay? You got to think about this. We fighting so many levels as a black man in this world, constantly, and we're not equipped. So I think the answer to that question, I don't think none of us going to be okay. And I'm hoping that we don't be okay. I'm hoping the next time somebody asks that question, we say we doing good and we doing better. And we striving to be better. I mean, we doing good and we striving to be better. And that's when I think that answer should be not on from all of us, or either, like Tootie said, nah, bro, I'm not good. And then we can address them problems. And hopefully in our unit, we can get better.
Yeah, I think all of us, everyone right now is going through something unique. And maybe it's an issue that's new. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm struggling with right now. And one thing we're all struggling with, we're in new places. We are really evolving. We're really growing. You know, we are being more successful. Chris has some success. Like, we're actually, and it's a new space for us.
Right.
So we're aspiring to do better and we're aspiring to grow. But shit, that's, it's kind of like, bro, that takes a lot of courage to even grow. You know, a lot of our friends ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now, I told you I'm lonely because I don't have anybody up here with me where I'm at right now. And I told you, I say, Mario, Chris came and Chris made me feel proud when he came through and stayed, right? And he was like, man, I like this, yada, yada. So his validation meant everything to me because my brother liked the house. But then I'm telling you, like, bro, I'm kind of looking at the house down the street. So, like I'm chasing something.
Yeah. Validation.
That house ain't no home, dog. We have to understand. The one thing I learned from Hardy, but I know this. I knew this anyway. We're gonna be alone until we find a labor. That's just what it is. There's no way around that. A man is alone. A man is by himself until he finds a woman.
That's why next week we're gonna have an open discussion because I want to dive into deeply into relationships because. As I embark on this, I feel like all y'all have played big brother roles in my life at some point, like really helped me through situations. And now that it's saying like I get to this point right now, I never thought I'd be married before any one of y'all. Well, Tootie had been married and divorced, but I'm just saying I never thought I'd be in this situation where I'm the one who married and y'all three or not. Because when it came to like even serious relationships, I think all three of y'all was in them way before I was even could fathom having a serious relationship. But then I think what Chris said is like, it's because sometimes it almost makes you feel like I need to make myself this person before I can get that person where you understand it's a purpose thing. They sent me a thing and I reposted it and added some more stuff to it about my wife. And I'm about feminine energy and masculine energy. And I think so much time I talk about marriage because, bro, if you just understand the pressure it takes. Me and Chris had a talk. I'm going to just say, I said, bro, you know what make it so easy for me to not go out and me not to have no pressure now? I don't have to worry about trying to fuck a girl that day or that next day. That's not a pressure of mine no more. I got more time because I'm not worrying about chasing women. I'm not worried about chasing sex. See, I was a hunter, a damn good one at that. But I felt like when you're a hunter, you always in hunt mode. Like you might not be the hunter that go out there with an AK like me and Tootie was talking and shoot every deer, but you always got your eye because you're looking for that one that you want. But when you can sit back and say, bro, I'm good, I got a refrigerator full, then it take a little more pressure off you. You tend to know the world. And then sometimes that loneliness that I was feeling when I was by myself, I don't have it as much because I can always just go downstairs and just hold somebody's hand and be like, man, I don't know what's going on. I just need you to hold me right now. And this is, and that right there, as a man being vulnerable enough to say, I just need you to hold me right now to like kind of recharge my battery so I can be the warrior that you need. See, I think every man needs it. And I think not only do you need it, you deserve it because we are warriors and we fighting this battle. And I knew how hard it was for me fighting it alone. And I'm just being real. It's not even about marriage, what the world think of it. I'm talking about the whole spirituality of it, of recharging you and being that other helpmate, like actually completing your body by being your other real. Like that part of what a woman brings to you, I didn't know I needed it. I didn't even know I was signing up for that until I got married. I just was following purpose. So right now, my eyes, it's not, I love, googly and all that all the time, but it's necessary because on this purpose-driven life I'm walking right now, sometimes in the same thing, exactly what Tudor was saying, even what Chris was saying, like that point of, I don't even know if I can, how it feel to be okay. Bro, I really didn't know that. But I didn't even know I didn't know I wasn't okay. Until now I can feel like, bro, I could just sit in the garage with my wife sometimes. I'll be smoking the cigar, she would be drinking, and I just feel at peace. Bro, I didn't even know I couldn't ask for it because I didn't even know I needed it. So now when I'm seeing this, I'm like, bro, you gotta get this. You gotta get this is amazing. Like, who the hell knew this? Nobody, every dude told me, man, don't marry no bitch, go out there and play. Man, run the field, hit as many. That's all the advice I got coming up. Or it was deacon in the church saying, you brother married and burned. And I was like, I don't believe that either. So,
but he ain't have no hoes neither though.
You know what I'm saying?
Mario. But let me ask you something. It's a different world. It's unique. It's unique problems. Right now, what TT said, we are the prize now. Yeah. So imagine being that one man. Chris Leo is that one guy who check all the boxes, and he got 300 women at the gate coming in the door like it's the last PS5. Do anybody ever think about the stress that come on to that one guy who want love, who wants somebody, but he got 300 fans about to rush through the gate because he checked the boxes, and the pressure of him trying to figure out who I'm gonna vibe into because he's that last guy. Do anybody ever think about that?
That's major pressure. And that's why I told you, bro, you can't juggle too many women and make that decision. You just can't. It's impossible. It's too many good women out here. It's too many women who are willing to do whatever. It's too many strong black women. Right? All the women in the comment is right. It's too many of them. So right now, for you to say, I got 5 women, what man can't? For you to say, what man, but you only hurt yourself. Because right now, me and Chris had this same conversation again. And he was like, bro, I got to take I'm going to just focus on me wholeheartedly. I don't know if you mind me saying it, you know what I'm saying? Like wholeheartedly. But then I checked in on him the other day and he was like, bro, I ain't going to lie. I see stuff kind of rolling. It's not that you don't want women. It's not that you don't like sex. It's not like all that. It's just that, bro, when you're not complicating your life with so many decisions, bro, just think about that. You got to take care of your daughter, pay your rent, build a business. And then you try, like Tootie said, you got all these women who, me. I want. What you think about this? What you think about this? Hey, I'm going to do it at my job. Oh, this my tire. Because that's who we are. We're men. So if a girl tire go fat, we going to fix it. If her landlord says something wrong, we going to come over there. If her grass need to be, now you got all this stuff pulling you, bro. That's too much.
It is.
It's too much.
I don't have that. They're anywhere near those type of women. So just throwing it out there, it is not like that for me.
Fred, we're being transparent for the sake of TV. It's okay for you to be transparent for a moment, okay?
I get it, but it just really ain't like that.
You're Chris Leo.
I'd have to get it all out of the mud, man. They never just ran to me like that.
No,
but
I
understand what you're saying though. I definitely I mean you was talking about. I'm like, when I took the need to hit something, you know, on a monthly basis or whatever, when I took that time that I was spending devoting it to dating and chasing women and calling and picking up and doing all these other things, it's time consuming. When I replace that with energy on making and on growth, on making more money, on learning more stuff. I've seen a definite big change, and I suggest any man to do that. I understand it because I'm a hunter too. I love to partake in everything like that, but at the same time, man, it's all about time management. If we not putting in time to make ourselves better, and it's simply about chasing women, we're gonna get exactly what we chasing. Some box.
Chris and Zay. Chris, you're gonna do this process where you do the work. You're gonna step away, grow, do the work, get yourself together, get that clarity you need, and guess what? Your value that went up, so they really all be on you. Now this is clean Chris. This is enlightened Chris. This is Chris who is ready for marriage, Chris. You think it was bad now? Like I'm saying, the high value man, bro, we have a lot of unique stress as men. We're already dealing with PTSD, depression, all that stuff. Then you battling with hell, the enticement, like you are wanted. There's not a lot of men, single, straight, successful men.
But you put in
going on, Chris.
I'm telling you, even when you get married, it's not gonna stop. See, that's what I'm saying. Like the part you're talking about, Tootie, it prepares you to be able to say no once you got a ring on, because now this ring tells a woman that you will walk down the aisle. You are capable of being a husband. So I felt like, well, I'm married now, so it's gonna slow down. Shh.
That's a lie.
It cranks up to the whole nother thing, and then you got to have a whole different level of I can't
discipline.
Now I'm straight. Yeah, it is, and I think it ain't never gonna stop because you're gonna keep getting better. Everybody on this show keep getting better and keep getting better, and no matter what, it's a woman's job to be nurturing and to find her mate. To be there to help as much as she can. So she looking at you like, dang, bro, I can. If I get in that kingdom, I can change the curtains. I can tell they cooking wrong. I can do this. I can do that. But heavy is the head that wears the crown. And there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that except for learn how to adapt. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And Chris, I'll tell y'all what y'all already know. A lot of people ain't looking for love, they looking for help. But I ain't gonna be the hater tonight and tell y'all that.
But that's some real stuff that you're saying though.
Yeah.
We give you a lot of flack, but that one is very, very real. A lot of people are.
But I don't meet a lot of them because the way I portray myself, I don't really do that. Like you on the other hand, or you go meet them. You tell her, I got the house, I got the car, I got this. So you're gonna attract some of them. I try to keep that shit low key. I don't tell people I'm trying to keep people outside of the loop as much as possible. And honestly, I just to be honest with you, I haven't ran into a bunch of women like that. A lot of women that I've invested time into, they've been very, very beneficial to me. Like a lot, and nearly like I'm at like 90 percentile. Women that I've actually dealt with has poured into me, and I just been.
That's I'm about to say that's because of what Mario said though. Even though you say you don't portray yourself that way, you don't think that they see that in you. Women can sniff that confidence, they can sniff that ambition out of you. It's like cologne. Chicks dig it, and they're gonna pour into you. Want to change the curtains, change your. I'm telling you.
Google. Listen, women do background checks now. If a girl like you, she has went to your Instagram. She then went to your Google. She then went to a friend. So Chris Leo, founder of the Thirst Trap. There is time to time when you go back in the time machine and you post a video of Cash Chris. You post a video of Takeover Records. You know why? They love the thug. They love. So you go from the Cash Chris, Mr. Chris, to Chris Leo, the CEO of an empire.
You know what I'm most proud of though? When I post dad pics. That's the one that I'm mostly proud of.
And that's what makes them melt the most.
If I'm gonna be known for anything,
that's what make them melt the most.
For that.
But see, a lot of times as men, I had to look at myself like this because I used to thought I was like the best thing since sliced bread. When I couldn't even pay for the end piece because of what Zay talking about, confidence, right? And see, I thought a woman see my value, But a lot of times women don't see your value. They see what you could be.
Fact.
So a lot of times you be thinking that you the shit, and you really not. They just see potential. Because women, one thing about women, where they will fall in love with potential. But potential will blow a man head up to having him think he already made it. And he's so far from it. So sometimes you got to take inventory of yourself. Like a lot of times when I first started talking to women, I was staying in Atlanta. So you're going to meet a lot of successful women. So I agree with Chris. I'm talking about successful women, like blowing me out the water when I was dating. Like this ain't, they didn't want nothing from me but me. I couldn't even pay for meals. So they didn't need nothing on that end from me, like money or nothing like that. But then a lot of times I start talking to them, I start telling them my stuff, and they'll see the potential in me. And then they'll start falling in love with that. But then a good woman will start pouring into you and then building you up. And then it'll have you walk around with your chest out like this, but bitch, you still ain't got nothing. So I always had to deflate my chest when I leave around the women. I always tell myself at that point in time, bro, your car raggedy, you stay in an apartment with your dog, like you don't make no money, you don't make over $40,000. I'm saying I had to tell myself that because see, sometimes women that have you, because they see the king in you, they'll start having you believe that you already there. And then for 10 years of your life, you'll be with this woman, and then she'll leave you. You'll be like, oh, the bitch, this, and this. No, bro, you have not fulfilled who you supposed to be. And she is not wrong for seeing potential and seeing that you're not willing to do what it takes to fulfill your potential, so she leaves. So a lot of times we get caught in that part right there, and then we walk around like this. And like, bro, when you really take inventory in your life, you ain't got shit. You ain't shit. And I had to look a lot of time in the mirror and tell myself that. Mario, it sound good, and you can talk, but you ain't shit.
Yes.
And I tell you, Chris, I hate to keep saying our conversation, but Chris called me one day and was like, bro, I'm finna get this together. Not like you doing good here. Like, nah, bro. Shit, bro, I seen me and you slept in the same apartment, bro, and ain't have shit. And I seen how you did this. So one thing I can see, his ego didn't supersede you was my big brother at one time, and now I'm here. He's like, all right, well, what's the game plan? And now I'm seeing doom, 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 doom. But first it come with stepping away, not letting people blow my head up and say, bro, I ain't shit. I got to get right. And because if you hang around too many women, they will blow your head up and have you thinking you're King Jaffe Joffa, and you can't even sweep the palace floor with your credentials.
Yep.
So I'm telling you, man, that's another thing about running into a lot of women. Having all those women, they're gonna see all the potential, and they'll, you got it, boy. You so, and you be walking around, yeah, nigga, what you talking about? Well,
that ain't it.
10 years down the line, you still, yeah, nigga, sleeping in her house, driving her car, not having shit, and working. I'm telling you, bro, I'm seeing. I had to step up out that matrix, and then say, I hear you, baby, but I can't do this. And I was what Chris was. I can't date you like that because I'm working on this. I'm sorry, because I'm working on me. I'm working on my credit. I'm working on my house. I'm working on my car. I'm working on me. And as a man, we all know this. We can't feel fulfilled until we feel like we got it as a man. I can't be beneficial to you until I can walk in the house and understand I got it. I know if Jaleesa leave me, we won't be the best, but I go get my house and she'll go get her house. And that's why when we come together, it rolls so much. And that's all I'm saying.
All right, quick question before we leave. At what point do or will you have enough or consider yourself as made it? I will say right now, I'm lost, but I will say, I just told Mario, if I get one more house, I will walk away from everything. One more house. And that's probably a lot of myself.
It is. Because you with one more house, what does that do? You won't have a woman. So you still gonna be in the same position. You just got two houses. That I don't understand.
You're like I can't have a woman. My fear is having a woman. Women, listen, their requirements. Y'all not when you have a woman and there's the man. There's a lot will come in the man with a woman. You have to be able to provide. You have to be. Listen, they do like security. For my sake, my kids are grown, but I want to be financially secure and to the point where I can enjoy life. We'll be 40 and 50 soon. One more house, I can have one more line of equity. If I get this amount coming in every month, I can be good with that. That's why I said that for me. No, I didn't.
That's a good question.
To get rid of my debt. Right now, I want to be able to actually take care of a wife financially.
I think that'll be all of us. I think I got assassinated. I don't know if we were in the clubhouse a few months back, and they were asking me, like, Zay, what it is, or how come you don't have a woman, or whatever the case may be. You have these things, kind of like what Mario was saying. You have this going on, you have this going on. But what you said, Horace, is true. I can take care of Zay, and I can take care of Zaya really, really well, and I can help Laurel out. I don't know about adding in that other element of a woman if I'm gonna be able to take care of that comfortably without sweating or having to go back to revert back to some things I did back in the day. I don't want to do that.
Right.
So like what Hardy was saying, yeah, I gotta to the side and let me focus on what I got going on, which is funny because my character got assassinated as far as, oh, say you just want to be a playboy all your life. But the craziest part about all of that is I probably don't even be messing with half the women. Yeah, they may like me, but like they said, say you got all the women, but do I?
But see, I want to make
you see what I'm saying?
I'm definitely not advocating you having to take care of women. You need to be self-sufficient on your own 100%. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying I was never saying I wasn't gonna wait to marriage at least until I could take care of her and she don't work. That was never our agreement.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as a man, as the provider, you want to be able to.
No, what you mean? That's what I'm saying. You put words in my. I'm not. No, you saying that's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it. So let me make sure that clear too.
No. I am saying, not what you're saying. I'm saying that you want to be able to do, like you said, basically be self-sufficient. Not that you have to take care of a woman in order to be in a relationship, but I want to be able to make sure that I can take care of this. If whatever happens, she loses her job, everything won't stop. It'll still continue to roll. Not that, oh, I get with you. You ain't got to work no more. No, we don't operate.
No, see, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like this. If Jaleesa lose her job, we might have to send one of the cars back, and we might have to do this. I'm not telling you that I'm not telling you I was waiting to be so sufficient that nothing stops. See, that's what I'm saying. I want to be clear on what I'm saying. I want this. When I first married Jaleesa, I could take care of me, meaning I could probably one more year out buy my own house. She can buy her. I didn't say I can go buy my own house, big house. She can go buy her own big house. And if she lose her job, I can do everything for 6 months. No, that's not what happened. Now we bet off. I want to say this. If Jaleesa woke up one morning and I woke up one morning and she say, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do this, I can go get an apartment the next day.
Right.
And so could she. Right. That was my defining line. Not, damn, she left me, bro. I'm out on the streets and the car was in her name. That's what I'm saying. I want to make it. I was so financially stable that I could say, shit, she lost her job for a year. I got you, baby. Now I probably could, but 2 years, there's no way I could do that 2 years ago. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying because I feel like if she think like I think, then we're gonna be good. And stuff won't happen, but we'll get through it together. Like I said, I'm not prideful. So I know that right now if she loses her job, you're right, we'll be good for a while now. But if say we had first got married, when we had our other house, if she had lost her job, I probably would have said, all right, well, we got to downsize to one car. We got to downsize to one thing, but we would have still we would have bounced back together. See, you know what I'm saying? That's why I just want to make that, because that's what I wasn't saying you say. I just want to make sure I'm not saying that you have to be able to take over everything if that happens. Some people want that. And I'm saying it's okay. Like Tootie saying what he want. That's why Auntie asked that question for everybody. Like, what do you want? To me, when I make it, to me, is when in my life, when I don't have to ask, when nobody determines how I eat, period. It's not a number to me.
Yeah.
It's freedom is when I made it. Like when I get up in the morning, I set my schedule and pay my bills. My wife is good. My whatever was she doing, my son is good. My daughter's good. I can still go visit. And I don't have to say, hey, I can have Friday off next week. And I don't have to say, hey, man, I got to go back to work because of this day. When I say, but hey, the next month, I'm finna work. Hey, bro, I ain't doing nothing because I'm finna work 7 days straight because I know I'm finna take a vacation because Jorge just said, let's go to Vegas in September. So I know I'm going to be working July and August like a dog. When I can do that to myself and don't have to ask nobody else input but my wife, I made it.
So
it could be 100,000 or 500,000 or 50.
So I think what I was saying then, so that you can get me being predictable, because again, my line of work is entrepreneur. So I'm up, I'm down. You cannot be in a relationship or in a marriage with a woman like that until you can be predictable, like a printing press. Okay, I know for a fact this is coming in every month. Now I can start to take some of the stress off, and now I can focus on a woman. If not, like you said, it's a distraction.
Right.
Because I have my good times, I have bad times, and we all know with men, when we not doing good financially, ain't no relationship in this world gonna last. Cause shit, we gonna be a mess. We gonna have an attitude. We gonna be cranky, and I don't think it's a woman on this earth that gonna want to be around us like that. So therefore, for me, it had to be predictable. Once I'm predictable and I know that this is what's going on, now I can start to venture off into that next. Like Auntie said, this is where I know that I've made it. Obviously, we're gonna always be growing because I always want to get bigger. We're ambitious guys, but I can't come into it just not starting to get going, and then just say, oh yeah, I need a lady and all this other stuff. I think last little bit, Pokey, I remember he was talking to us about dropping dunks, and this was dirt road days. And Poke said, Zay, it's easier to drop a dunk when you got all the money than when you're trying to gather money, because something may happen. And we got a lot of dudes who got their cars left at Masters or left at Perfect because they ran out of money. So I didn't want that to do. I didn't want to do that with a man. I mean, with a woman as a man, because if I'm a man, what I'm saying has to be what I'm saying. I got to be able to do just that. So that's what I think. But I was playing, but it got messed.
Oh, my bad.
What happened, Chris?
Well, to answer the question, I'm sorry, you must have blinked out for a second. But to answer the question, I don't want to ever feel like I made it. I think for me, I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm a competitive guy, and I need the next challenge. I need the next goal. So, and that's what keeps me going. So I don't ever want to feel like, oh, I done made it, now I can relax, because that's just not how I'm wired. I'm wired in saying, okay, well, this is the next task. Do this one. When I get to that one, do another one. And it always keeps me on my toes to just think that I got something, another mission. It's almost like the soldier mentality. There's always another mission, another water fight, another battle, another thing like that. So I don't ever want to get to the point where I feel like I made it, but I do want to get to the point where I just feel at peace with whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a guy that's upset at work, even if I have to work. Like, I understand what Hart is saying about that freedom. That's cool. I get that. But even if I have to work, I want to be able to go in there every day, because I've seen this on different jobs. Men going there just happy to be at work. They don't have no problem with it. Or whatever situation. If I don't have a big house, if I just have a small condo, I want to be at peace in whatever it is I have. If I got a raggedy truck outside, I want to have the peace to say, this is mine. I'm happy, because from all the stuff I've been through, there ain't nothing like that now. So for me, I don't ever want to feel like I made it.
All right, listen, the synopsis, I think that's the word I can use, but I wanted to do that tonight. You know, I felt better than I did last week. Last week I was in a place, and then losing to Mario only made me think more and more. But I do want to do that every so often, because some of our best shows when y'all have been transparent. And Chris complains about thirst trapping, but he's the one that founded it, and I thank you for it every week.
Not
I find ways to perfect it beyond your belief.
We're gonna have 2 clips for the whole week, man. Thanks so much.
Listen, we're gonna have 1 clip. How about that? You know what I mean? I'm good with. I could be manufactured with this video. I had you crying, but I get good at this editing. What the hell happened to Chris on the show? But I did want to do that segment this week, and the next 2 segments actually are going to be produced by Super Mario Senior, who says that he's going to talk about love and relationships, and that he is going to be unscripted, and he is going to be savage with his questions. I know this weekend we had a debate about love. I told him I didn't want anybody's love that was selfish. Mario says all love is selfish, and that turned into another discussion. We had a discussion about hunters and gatherers. I said, I'm not a hunter, I'm a gatherer. That turned into a debate. So the next 2 weeks, all the people that love Mario and feel that he is very wise, which he is, I think y'all are going to love the next 2 shows, because